Hi, welcome. Good evening or good afternoon or good morning. It depends upon your time zone. Thank you so much for logging in on time. Today, we are continuing the discussion of a promotion of our business. Okay, yesterday, we started discussing about social media to using for promotional activities, and we stopped because we're lead generation aspect. So we're going to continue from the lead generation aspect today. So thank you so much, all of you, for logging in time. So without further ado, I think we will jump to the topic. So please get settled in. Okay, so once again, I welcome everyone for our Digital Mastery Challenge for 100 days. So today is 68th day, September 23rd on Wednesday, 6 p.m. I'm live from Doha, Qatar. So as you know, we have been covered many topics, and now we are in the session of promotion of the business. How do you promote your online business? Part of that, we are talking about social media. We just completed email marketing a couple of days ago. Now today, the part of a sneak peek, we are going with the social media part. In the social media, yesterday we covered social media strategies, social media objectives, and how do you define the marketing activities, social media optimization. And then we reached this topic, this slide of how do we get more leads on the social media. Okay, so today we'll discuss about the lead generation and lead nurturing and promotion of the various platforms to get a more number of leads. So first of all of you know, lead is a very important. I think we'll discuss more on academicals after some time. Later in the presentation, I added a few definitions and nurturing and steps, etc. on a lead part. But today, majorly, we are going to discuss about the social media lead generation and strategies, basically. How do you generate leads by using the social media? So part of social media marketing. So lead is become very important. More number of leads you have more number of conversion happens. And conversion happens, you have customers, right? So from the customers, we make revenue. So one way to the first step to reach out to the consumer is getting a lead. Now, this is not only just an engagement we bring through in our social media, not only a brand awareness. We really want them to buy the product from us and then to buy, to get a profit out of it, right? So here we need to understand who is really interested in our business. So in a way, that's a people we call it as a lead. To buy your product or a service, whatever you do on a social media, or maybe through the website or an e-commerce portal or online shopping mall, or your drop service website or your affiliate marketing website, we need to generate a lead. From the lead, we get it. So, we go to the different sites as a consumers. We may not buy that time because we are interested in their products. We spend some time and do some activities, inquire about it, add it to shopping cart, maybe add to, join in the group, or sometime we will we take them to next level thing or inquiry about it. Then eventually over a period of time, we will buy buy the products, right? So that's a process we usually follow. Now, in the same way, when you look at it, this accept on a lead generation part. Now, the potential customer, the people who are going to buy from our website, we really wanted them to buy very often, and we need to increase their frequency buying. And we also wanted them to spend more, like we discussed about the basket size or ARPU, average revenue per user, as we discussed. So all the things need to happen. So we need to, before that, we have something called a lead. Now, when you look at the entire marketing activities, to generate a lead, according to the emarketer.com last year's survey, they say around 59%, the highest in social media marketing. So we can generate maximum number of leads through social media marketing activities. So much more than the email marketing. Email marketing, we discussed around 40% of the people actually get the lead through email marketing. But in social media marketing has the highest in all the aspects. When you look at it, 59%. And website personalization with the landing page and funnel, etc., is around 38%. And YouTube or video marketing, approximately 34%. And marketing technology, CRM tools like Infusionsoft as we use, around 33%. And events like webinars and demos, etc., 28%, and SEO around 23%. So you can see it's 23% only we can get through SEO, but we get more than the double. That's 59% through social media. So to generate a quality lead, the most important is we get involved in the social media marketing. And one of the objectives, like yesterday we discussed, an objective lead generations. So one of the objective, like a branding, sales, or maybe customer support, and that's one of the major thing we need to take it very seriously to generate a maximum number of leads. So when we say leads, it's just an interest, people wanted to buy, that the people are interested in our products and services. So here, before we go to the lead, I think we should discuss about a lead in an elaborated way. Before that, we just understand what is social media lead. So a lead, social media prospective, when you look at anyone who just showing an interest to buy the products from us, we can consider a lead. So someone just share maybe something, or maybe he likes it, or just follow, or subscribe it, or join in the group, that we can actually consider as a lead. So from there, we will understand, okay, he's interested in. So then we need to know at least his KYC, that is name, email address, occupational employer, or this kinds of a thing we need to understand about it immediately. Minimum of name, email ID, and other demographic informations. So through generating the social media lead, lot many activities are there. Now, one by one, we'll discuss about it. Social media, how do we generate the lead? Then there is something called lead nurturing. Now, when you look at all other method, social media lead nurturing is one of the easiest method on the nurturing. So lead nurturing is actually a huge task. So we'll discuss about how to do that one. Okay. Now, most of the companies, including when we discussed about all the affiliate platform or AOBB, we discussed the funnel part, right? So funnel is important to have to nurturing part, so to put into the funnel and convert them and pay again. So this is a method we should use on it. So social media lead, it's easy to bring to the funnel and converting them. So that's the reason lead generation, 59% is the social media. That means over 50% of things we need to give importance for a social media to generate a lead, whether it is, yesterday we discussed about maybe a social media network, social networking platform, maybe an instant message platform, maybe a Wikipedia, maybe a YouTube channel, maybe a webinar, or maybe a Quora, or maybe a forum, or maybe in articles, or any methods which we are looking for, we need to use for a lead generation aspects. The final stage of the lead is basically conversion, right? And the customer pay to us. So basically, all the people are not going to buy the products. So quality is matters. Now, social media, we generate many leads, maybe 5%, 10%, 30% of the people buy the products. So we don't know which that 30%, but to have 30%, we need to have more 100%, right? From there, we can have it. So we need a more number of people to become a customer and more number of leads we wanted. So if you're working for a conversion of a 30%, and you wanted to have a 300 people to your customer, and you need to have a leads of at least 1,000. So to get 1,000 leads, your brand awareness of the campaign, maybe you have to reach out maybe 5,000 to 10,000. So the calculation should be very simple that way. So 30% is quite high. In our website, as I know, that conversion ratio optimization, when you go, it's basically around 3%. So that means you have 100 people as a lead, you get 3 customers to buy. So you wanted to 300 customers to buy, you need around 10,000 leads. So over 10,000 leads you'll have 300 people buying. And not only once. So once you generate around, let's say for one particular product, and you generated a lead of around 10,000. So you can do different campaign over the different products, different categories, different pricing, different features, and maybe a repeated offer. So in this 10,000, 3% of the people buy for first campaign. Maybe another campaign by another 3%. So to have a continuous sales, you need to have. So like we decided to have an email, to have 10,000 email data, and 10,000 is which you're working for even social media. So I want you to set a goal now to have a 10,000 leads at least in a year period. So that means the next year you have every month having 300 sales. Now, initial part, we should start with a price of 800 to 1,000 leads. So set a goal, by the championship, you have 1,000 leads. That's a month from now, approximately 40 days from now. We need to have 1,000 lead. This 1,000 lead is a real, genuine, not an organic lead. We need to get the genuine interest of the people. Then only conversion happened. a fake or an artificial, or maybe because you called for a, just I put the entry of login there, it's not convert actually. So we need to have a genuinely interested people to do that one. So generally speaking, quality lead will include useful information, and very very clearly we understand he is really interested in that business. It's not that he just put a phone number, email ID, does not mean he's genuinely interested in. So that's exactly the process we're calling a lead nurturing part. Okay. Now, so I'm not going to the statistics, as you know, that is on social media give a lot of importance for it. Now there is a segment once you generate a lead. There's something called lead management. So lead management is very important before we are converting. So lead management, if we understand to use the social media as well. I mean, social media to be used for lead management activities, and it's easy. Now, earlier days, people have a very tough time to handle a lead. You have to offline. It's a huge task and huge expensive. Now you need to keep them, talking to them, communicating them, meeting them. It's a continuous process. So, but in online, it's very easy to to communicate through a post, or maybe through just how do you say, just sending out an email, maybe a WhatsApp message, maybe a Instagram, maybe a video update, or maybe a comment of his social media. Something like that we need to completely do and to reach out. So we professionally, we look into how the lead management works on. So first is lead generation, right? So how we get a lead generated, but need to get an attention of the people, giving an important information. We are passing out, hey, you have something to, something interested in, you are going to interest on something, your interest is with us. So you look at the product or services. So this should be communicated to them. Then once we communicate, we get an attention. So here can be various things, like maybe a social media post. So I'm talking more on a social media because we are covering on a social media. Maybe your email marketing, maybe a TV commercial, maybe a YouTube ad, maybe your Instagram ad, maybe your newsletters. Anything you communicate, as we remember that think, action, communicate. Through the communication, say that I'm here, maybe your SEO, maybe your reviews, maybe someone search on a Google and reach out for something else and to reach your Wikipedia page, or maybe your article, your blog, your white papers, all are communication. All these communications give, we get the attention of the people who wanted to buy the products or a service or wanted to partner with us. Sometimes you want to be a franchisee of yours, or maybe partner of yours, maybe reseller of yours, affiliate marketer of, or whatever it is. So we need to give an attention, get an attention. Once we get an attention, he listening to us, we did know who is listening to us. In the physical world, again, it is easy. The people who walk into the shop or walk into the office, we know he's interested in. But here, he's not coming to our place. He's just coming to social media, or maybe coming to his blog, coming to Google, coming to maybe to just download the white paper, everything. So this time, we need to collect the data of the consumer. So many people, you can see when you go to Google Analytics, millions of people or thousands of people visiting on a daily basis. But you really don't know who are they and how you go back to them. If they come to social media, very easy, because if they follow, they subscribe, we know this is happening, right? So here is collecting the valuable data information is very important, which is name, email ID. That's a minimum thing. And you can also collect a WhatsApp number, Telegram number, and phone number, etc. So very, very important to collect this. Now, what are the strategy you use to collect this data? So very commonly, a few things. One is you allow them to download something, maybe a report, maybe an ebook, maybe some brochure or pamphlet, maybe a few tips, maybe something, maybe a downloadable things which you give him free. It has a value, a real value, because then only he give you email ID and phone number, or maybe name. Minimum they give you email ID. So once you get that email ID, so now you know the person who's visited, right? So first step is to get that details. Now you can also use another method like a coupon. You want the person to share, into their details. You say, I can give you a coupon. So to download a coupon, he has to give you email ID and phone number. This is another method. Now another method is as a subscription to your newsletter or email IDs. to say, hey, subscribe to our newsletter or part of our opt-in list. So email list, opt-in list, or double opt-in list, which we discussed last week. So this is very important aspect. Now, another thing is actually landing page, which we discussed in the part of the website, call to action. So when the moment your social media say, hey, register for this webinar, register for this to get a more update on, get a coupon to buy this one, or to let you know that there's a Black Friday offer is coming to you. All this is a call to action part. You can actually keep it there. Then promotion specific, you can have a landing page, and design different marketing campaign. You can have a landing page to collect this data. So you can have a downloadable products, then you can have a coupon, then you can also have a landing page. So these are the three things. You grab the coupon data, those who are interested. So the purpose of this is actually capturing the leads and connecting to the marketing team, to reach out to the people again and again. And they buy more often and repeatedly, at least one sale. That's where we look for putting to the sales funnel. Now, once we have the same way, we can also have something called a thank you message, and get back to some products or a services page and offer him something more. So these are the things which we can think about collecting the data. Now, in the web page where subscribers are redirected immediately after submit information to the opt-in field, we'll give them another information to come to the next level. Okay. Now, when they subscribe, send them a thank you message and instruction also what is going to happen next. It's important. Now, as you know, landing page and website. In website, you may not be able to immediately collect this data. That's exactly the purpose of a landing page and funnel. So keep a landing page, get his data, and do that one. So as we discussed about landing page, we're not going to cover again. So you to gather information through landing page. Whenever you have a different campaign, you set up for that. Now, this in the website also you can have something like a downloadable thing, etc. You can do. And whenever you do a landing page, you can also do a A/B testing and look at where you're getting a more conversion. That's the reason you should be able to get a more number of landing pages to do a different campaign. So you will look at this, how the which landing page is you getting a more conversion, more people are giving you data, extra important. So you need to do an A/B testing. Those who are not familiar with an A/B testing, we'll cover in the beta test part again. So A/B testing is basically before you publish in a large scale market, you just trying which method is better. So A or a B, which is better. So you created 2 or 3 landing page and check which one is better for getting a more conversion, and you test this, not only just assume, you test really that it's working or not. Okay, that's called A/B testing. Now, you can also look at the performance of the page and decide which one to take it or not. Now, what is the most important to have in this call to action button, or maybe into the landing page? The important is actually call to action button. He should feel it is register now, or he need to feel to buy now, or he feel to available or book it now. So for that, you may have a good wordings, good compelling content with IDA, as we discussed, with attention, interest, desire, and action, like a content writing rule. It's a compelling them to take action immediately and create a desire to do, and to bribe them to take a decision immediately for a discount offer, etc., etc. So is an option we can have. Now, as headline or a product description. So when the moment attention and our product description, these 2 things important for a person to understand the landing page and take a decision. Now, when the form's length, so many details if we ask, he may not fill it up. So it's just make it a 2 or a 3 field. That's a more ideal one. Some cases 4 or a 5. Okay, so it should be very easy. Name, email ID, phone number, and location which you wanted, or maybe specifically you wanted to ask any option, you can do it as. But it's very important the layout and the style of the website, because it's a landing page. Look and feel also does matter for him to put the effort to give the details. Now, you can also highlight the product price. Hey, this usually it is $80. Now we are giving for $60. That you can do, and put the product page. And also, you can put in a very, very small, landing page. You don't have to go for more details. Let him put the details and come to the inside part. So once you put all these details in a landing page, you need to think about few things for your A/B testing for your landing page. So you must have, first of all, the call to action button, buy now, or avail now, or book now, or register now. That's the first thing. Then a good image, as we discussed in the website part, images are very important, and look and feel is very important. And some cases nowadays, everybody is expecting a videos. Videos are one of the most important part, and headlines and subheadings. That's the way content is important. As you know, the IDA rule work with headlines and subheadings. So now, those who are not familiar with the IDA rule, there is all of you request you to go to the website content the day we are taken. So we discuss about in detail about IDA rule over there. So basically, you target the people, good content, get it there. Okay, and through headings and subheading. Then social proof, actually put your social media link there and show the people actually, you're connected to social media, etc. And trust is a factor for many people to take a decision. So show them a method of showing that this we have some kind of recognition, kind of an award, etc., etc. Then of course the font size, that depends on the campaign you're running. The font sizes matter. Sometimes he may be coming through mobile devices, or maybe click out that when you look at it, it's easy for him to fill up the data and get it. This very important part. Now, all these things, again, you link to the various platforms. So you can connect to the Facebook. And Facebook generally has 7 methods. As we discussed in sneak peek, we are not detailing down, because if the next round, which we are after the sneak peek over, if all this method we are going to implement. So that's the reason all of you should set up a social media profiles now. You need to have a social media audience now. You should have Facebook and make it ready. When we come to the next round, all the 7 method we will be covering, saying that is for affiliates should do this one, online shopping mall people do this one, and what do you call that? You have other methods. A mining website should take a drop service website like this. So all the 7 methods we'll be covering that way. So the call to action in the cover page itself, cover photos itself, you keep it as a call to action in the Facebook. And include the links in the caption so that people actually understand on it. And you can also have a Facebook chat. People are trying to chat with you. That's a kind of a lead. You can take it. And you can also have a Facebook events for a webinars. You say that is live event happening. And you can also target advertising to extend your content to reach. You can put a little boosting part. If you record, you can do that. And you can also have on a tabs, you can have a built up forms to collect the data. Like you have a landing page, you can also have collect data in the Facebook itself. So data you can collect from the forms. Now, some country, I agree, some of the country, you may not have a store. Most of the country has a stores now. So more and more countries, the Facebook stores are allowed. So you can have a Facebook store. And there also you can actually free, you can give them something, or maybe with payment also you can give. Okay. So same way, you can also use a Twitter to get it. You can also use a YouTube, as we discussed on 10 different ways. You can use that. And you can also do email marketing part as well. Okay. So all these expect generate a lead. So generation of the lead is most important step of the lead management. Now, getting the people to recognize you. Okay, this is your company, and to recognize and give an attention is important. Now, once it's done, make sure that this customer's inbox we reach about the communication. That's the reason you need to have an opt-in and double opt-in. Mass will go to the junk box, and you also check the leads regularly on. Okay. Now, you also manage your client interest. What exactly he's planning to do. For example, someone give you a lead. For example, you're a shopping website, and his interest was a jacket and a blazer. So please don't show him maybe a lady's back, because he's not interested in that. He came to see the jacket, right? So that's exactly the reason you need to reach out to him what he is interested in. Okay, that's the thing you should be communicating. Now, email list we have to segment, maybe geography, maybe gender, maybe demographic, or psychographic based. We need to segment the email, and not to everyone one email. You need to separate the email. Now, follow-up emails, automated emails, transaction mails, if we can, our continuous one. Now, then there is a steps called, once you generate all this lead and you segment it, then there is something called nurturing. This is a very, very important step, and most of the people ignore this. that eventually lead to reducing the conversion. And it's a very difficult stage actually. If you don't properly nurture, people also progress. And people go to, not only that, because of your effort, you made him ready, but they go to other client. Okay. Now, segment the target audience. So first of all, to segment the person who's interested in what. If he is interested to buy a bag or he's interested to buy some other products, you segment and also look at it as an income group, or maybe what kind of a customer is a high value customer, or maybe discount looking customers, etc. We need to look into it. Then make a plan. So for this, you make a campaign. Campaign 1 for this target, campaign 2, first for campaign 1 for bag, campaign 2 for shoes, campaign 3 for the repeated customers, campaign 4 is maybe coupons for a general coupon. Like that, make a plan to reach out to people. Then this plan, you only go with the relevant content with that lead. The problem is if you continuously doing the one without segmenting, one person, same mail you're sending to everyone, if you are not targeted with a campaign, the problem is people get irritated, eventually they unsubscribe or they opt out. So once you lose the lead that way. So please do not communicate which is not relevant to him, not you, relevant to the consumer. So very important to have this one. And then measure and evaluate how many people are really interested in, how many people are opening it is, how many people are clicking it is, how many people are responding it is, how many people are converting it is. All the things we need to always measure and evaluate. Now, you also go with a nurturing strategies. Sometimes the strategy may not work. You need to adjust the strategy if required. So most of the cases we may learn so many things. So we may change the strategy if required. Now here it is, so something called a lead funnel. So we need to keep the leads in a funnel and slowly make it convertible, to convert to as a customer. So it's important funnel. Now, before we go to the social media lead generation aspects and other part of a lead, we just quickly complete the around 10 best practices of a lead management. So first is to understand how much percentage of the people is going to convert. So this eventually will make us a peace of mind, happiness, and achievement and satisfaction, because you all are not going to buy. All are not going to buy, right? Very rarely it happens 100% conversion. It might happen in some cases. We cannot tell now, but usually it's a 5%, 3%, 10%, 20%, 30%, 50%. So most of the cases, my experience has been on online is a B2C, it's a less than 5%. It's a B2B, I always had a more than 30%. So because it's also depends on what kind of a lead you generated. It's also matter. So a randomly lead comes. So of course, the team, the people who are working with you is important, because if you are not communicated to your team or the campaigners, or when you decide, campaign part, you are not properly configured, either the machine or the man. If you're not properly communicated, they just do the sake of doing, and they don't bring you the right quality lead. That eventually lead to the poor conversion. And some of the things, especially as entrepreneurs, please do follow. That is, some of the employees, some of the team members just simply work to fill up the number of hours or maybe number of days. So they may not, okay, this is what I was told to do, I just do. So most of the time you can say that to the team members, hey, you share in the social media. They share in the social media. How many people are there? Audience? 2, 3. So they don't even understand the purpose. So show that is a lead management. What is the purpose? Why the lead management? And what kind of a people we wanted? And then get that one. Then you, from that genuine, not inorganic or a fake, the genuine lead, you think about is how much is the conversion you can do. Sometimes it's a confidence, sometimes it's your goal you set. So you cannot logically explain it to sometime what is this. But so usually my percentage I calculated is international standard, what is the percentage. So I follow the marketing reports of the other companies. If they are doing 14%, they're doing 11%, they're giving 12%, okay, we can do 3%, 5%. That's just an assumption, but based on others' experience. So most of the time, I recommend you to read the reports of the consulting company, like a Boston Consulting Corporation or a McKinsey or a KPMG. All these companies' reports finalize this kind of a thing. So where you'll be able to do, or a marketer you go, or emarketer.com or marketer.com or entrepreneur.com. All these companies release this kind of a statistics, how many you can convert, etc. So what I'm saying it is, you need to have a clear idea how much percentage you want to target. 100% highly ambitious. If it's a B2C, highly ambitious. B2B, you might, okay, business to business. But in the case of, like an example, now drop service is a kind of a B2B. You can have a very high conversion. Affiliate marketing, B2C, 3% is more than enough. 3% you're converting, you are up to the global standard. More than the best. As you know, the conversion from the leads, it's around 2.72 to 3.12%. So it is average 3. So 3%. So 100 leads, 3 people can. So in a way, you need to have a 3 sales, you need to have 100 leads. So 1,000 people, you have a 30 leads. 10,000, you have 300 sales. Simple calculation. So it is 3%. It is. But in the B2B, of course, I agree, you can always work on a 30%. Always is about 30%. Most of the cases that you have genuine leads you generate through various campaigns, affiliate program, email marketing, social media marketing, remarketing, or a coupon marketing, or a voucher marketing, webinar marketing, everything you generate a genuine lead, we can actually have a 30% conversion. So you think about this conversion part, think about that's only qualified to convert. So you don't have to worry about less, more than that is not happening. But you should worry about 20%, percentage is happening. Now, some cases you have a 25% of the people is converted. Another 25% you understood they cannot pay, they are not affordable, they are not the target audience, or maybe we're not good to offer to them. So 25 is disqualified. So 25% you have leads ready, and 25% you can. Then rest is 50%. That 50% we need to nurture. So I'm not saying the first 25% you don't record a nurturing. Of course you record a nurturing, but next 50% is also we record nurturing. So which the way we can actually increase the conversion part. Okay. So this is a reason lead management on a technology aspects are very, very important. If you are first time doing an online marketing, you may not easily understand now, but this gives you a lot of insight for you to work on it. Okay. So now look at the, capture them when they're searching. So now the consumer, when they're searching, we need to understand what exactly they're looking, and we capture them. Now, we also nurture when they're not ready. Hey, I'm just inquiring it is, that's it. I'm just looking at this, that's it. But still it's a lead. Why he's looking? He's interested, right? So we know that is to do. Based on that, we can have a different score. And maybe out of 10. So like you can say 10. If the score is a 10, is near to conversion. You can actually next only payment is pending. Maybe 9. Maybe one more email or information or a clarification or a consulting or a counseling, or maybe a push or offers. Anything may be record 9. 8 is not yet reached there, but any moment he may reach 9. 7, you need to give a more attention to make him to 8, 9, 10. 6, he's okay to buy. Now he's almost taken a decision, but he is maybe finances arrangement or a time or anything. Like that, you put a score yourself based on your niche and business model. You need to plan out. Okay. Now, all this thing based on you need to give them a right offers at right time. So based on a score, you see so many people are now the 9. Most of the people are not going ahead. You think about maybe a price offer, maybe a bundle offer, maybe a voucher offer, maybe a discount offer, maybe an add-on offer, maybe a value-added services offer. It might do that in a way. Okay, so that's something you have to give that time. You have to compromise on your profit and get this one to happen. Okay, then look at the leads quality and evaluate is how many people we got it, etc., etc. So lead management is basically, once you do this process, good thing is you'll have more informed buyers, the people who educated buyers. So as you know, your consumers are more educated. It's really good for us to deal with them. Otherwise, they are going to make you trouble. They are going to put you in CRM trouble. They are going to do a lot many things. That's the reason better to have a lot of informed clients to us, right? Okay. Then show them how do you do it in the right way and take them take that. Okay. Now we go back to best practice of lead management, nurturing the leads before sending to them sale. That's the first thing. Now this is a process. How you do it is through web, email, phone, social media, on all other online and offline activities is a process. So many things involved in that one. Now, it's basically building a relationship with qualified prospect who are not yet ready for a sales. Okay, so that's part of a nurturing part. So lead nurturing is about matching the prospect expectation with the sales, reps expectation as well. Here in your case, we don't have a sales rep, basically our social media communication matter on that. So important is building a relationship with the prospects, understanding about he's looking for a solution of his problem. He should want to have a kind of a certain level of convenience and comfort and the trust, and he should feel it is a reliability. So this are the thing with your prospect he should do. Then creating understanding of his need, why he is coming there, what is the purpose he is coming there, what is his objective, why he wanted to buy this product. Then facilitate the lead scoring. So based on that, you decide on it. So after that, you think about the influencing on for a buying criteria. So again, it is not just sending out a monthly email newsletter or to enter, calling the prospect every few weeks and say, ready to buy or not. That's not the method. That's a method traditionally they use when other people get you feel irritated, don't call me, and it's too much of mail and unsubscribe. It's just basically about giving them value, giving them more information, more knowledge, more ideas, and more free things, and giving them more, they eventually buy. So it is not that continuously following up and irritating them, annoying them. That's not the thing. So that's how every company does that. So it is a lot of salespeople come and ask you, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" It's not that. They then should be ready through our information, through our knowledge, through our value-added services, which you can give them to buy it. Okay. Now, the best way to convert is basically to have more communication and discussions. Even on a B2C portal, you bring out more features and examples and show them a relationship, and that make them to buy very often. And you also help them, to buyers to understand their problems and how to solve it. So that should be the communication. Instead of you saying, "Hey, buy now, buy now." It's none of that. You keep this one. Okay. Now, third one is the most important thing is you don't make push them too much. Make it sales ready. You decide where it's sales ready. That's the time only ask them to pay through credit card or through the check. So let them take a time to be sales ready. So most important thing is your lead scoring process with the sales team, or you are running your own thing. You will be the person to determine how many people are really showing the interest. So you have a lot of analytics, a lot of tools using is also important. Then you start scoring them. Now, then there is actually you need to get. There are some people are really perfectly. That's exactly you need to sort it out, focus more, and convert them more. So the criteria include. So this list you must have as a demographic information and where they are from, and maybe the exam, maybe company size or industry type, etc. Now this information, get this one maybe through PPC search terms. So a Google search gives you all this information usually. Even Android or iOS will give you, right? Even ad source you can do. Even sometimes the offers when they fill it up, we understand about these details. So we have very easy now because of technology, we can have these information. And then we can also have behavioral information based on a web page or maybe white paper download, etc. We can have a clear idea what exactly he's looking for. Then based on the behavioral data, you can also score them. And you can also, based on that scoring, you'll be able to tell them which are the things sales ready. Now, basically, their activities we can continuously monitor. You can use the various tools. Apart from the Google Analytics, there are various tools available to monitor them, their activities. So based on his page visit, based on his product visit, you can understand what exactly he's working to do. Now, this is a very important aspect for you to understand more about it. Okay. Now, you also should track their email. Maybe if I download when I did it and update them based on what kind of a download he has done. And that gives eventually give more information to us and help us to score as well. Now, a lot of information giving, sales related information. I mean, the product related information you should have it. And based on that, let him take a decision. So, as you know, I think some of you already went through that decision making funnel process, which we discussed about the observation, information, clarification, and decision and conviction and commitment. This is a funnel for a companies to keep it usually. Those who are not attended, I think definitely we do part of a VM Goza. So there, this funnel when you give it, so the person who generated a lead, all the observation stage is almost over. Now the case of information and clarification. So that's the stage we need to share maximum number of informations and whatever you can tell them and to take a decision and give them a value addition and give them a price offer them bundle offer or maybe additional add-on or make him a comfort or maybe offer him an additional something and give him a comfort. All the things is important for a person to take a decision part. Now, once you took a decision, so we need to follow properly and we also evaluate that. Sometimes your lead score threshold based on a business condition, you have to adjust and do it. Okay. Now, if the sales team is handling this sale, this part, it has to be look into the nurturing aspect and go back to the maybe lead generation team or marketing team and adjust on that one. Now, most of the time when the people only take the count is actually lead scoring. No, your every marketing activity also we need to track from which activity got a maximum score. This is an important information for us to have it. Now, every marketing activity, when we track, we'll understand through which marketing program we got this people on board. And based on that, we can also derive what kind of a thing we wanted. And based on that, we can program, we can actually tell them, okay, this information will help you to buy the products. And you also think about what kind of a marketing program or a marketing campaign generated more number of quality leads. So this also, we should have a record on it. Now you also look at the, if you have a pipeline or if you have a sales funnel, think about which program is giving us more leads and more convertible leads. It's not just the number of leads, even convertible lead we need to look into. Now we also really understand the need, why they need to buy it. This stage is very important. It's like a dating. You really wanted to make the relationship further. We really learn more about others' needs and give them importance and make them comfort and build a confidence in you to make that relationship to next level. So understanding about the consumer's need, what exactly is looking for, asking them and appreciating them, complimenting them, and giving them confidence to take the decision part. So every campaign, we need to think about this information to collect from them. Now, you also will have something called, sometimes you'll have anonymous visitors, and we don't understand who are they. So we also should track them. So it can track with some web page contact, like a lot of tools are there. And you can also take through that legally and illegally. So I recommend legally to do. There are a lot of methods. Legally itself, you can take these details through his activities and we can have it on. Okay. Now, this one, all the things, this quality standard. Now we need to, the data management we should do properly and make sure that is we have a correct data to process for it. Okay. So this is include the demographic analysis and psychographic analysis also. And you also think about the customer's need and demand, and based on that, we need to get the next level. Now, there's autocomplete forms you might have seen, and sometimes they just fill it that way, and it is really facilitate very easily they do, and we get the maximum number of easy or accurate data. That's the right word. It's easily fill it up. We get a more accurate data because this data is coming to us. Okay. Now, all these things saying that is now the nurturing the 10 part we discussed now. It's a very important step, and most of the people fail there, and there is eventually lead to conversion is not happening. So here now, how do we generate a data? That's more important. So now the best social media platform to generate data, so which one it is, which is the answer is which one your customer use. People say Facebook is good. People say LinkedIn is better. People say YouTube is better. Pinterest is better. I say which one is your customer is using. That's the platform you should be using. If customer is using an Insta, then Insta is good for you, the best platform to generate the lead. So never forget this one. Not about you, about the customer. You think is you are familiar, you are comfortable, you have a more strong knowledge. Facebook, let it go of Facebook. Sometimes your target audience may not be there on Facebook. So lead generation, the best platform is whichever your customer is using. Never forget that. So whichever the customer is using, that's the most important part to do. Okay. So that's it. Most Facebook is the best for social media direction. One way, I agree. And the statistics also say that in last year, 82% of the maximum lead generated, of course, is a Facebook. It's a B2B. I feel is LinkedIn makes much better. Instagram also work on Twitter. All other thing also it's very important. According to eMarketer, Facebook lead the market, 82%. So we need to use a Facebook regularly to get this data. Okay. Now, as you know, 2.45 billion people are using internet. So that's the reason maximum number of mix and match of customers we have on the Facebook. And Facebook will give a lot of tools as well to do the campaign. So that's a good thing. We need to do retargeting campaigns with demographics and psychographic information of the customers. Now, social media, this is very easy to do the targeted retargeting. Right? What's the retargeting? Like a remarketing in Google. Retargeting is that someone visited your website. When he go back to his Facebook, he saw our advertisement. When he visited your website, he's trying to purchase some of your products. Then he go back to his Facebook or Instagram. He will again see your website banner about with that product. This is called retargeting. So retargeting must be done with the demographics and psychographics, and you can get this entire details through Facebook itself. So you have an amazing source of information to do the same. So when you look at it in Instagram or Twitter, all the things you have the people are using, and you can get a demographic information from them itself. You can choose and specifically device-wise, gender-wise, and ethnicity-wise, and language-wise, you can actually do and get to that. Okay. So all the things when you do, how do we increase more number of social media leads? First of all, optimizing the company profile or your profile, people to realize it is what you're offering, etc. And this is very, very important part to collect that lead organically. Now, even your profile should give you a lot of information, including sign up for your newsletter or visiting your shop, etc. Now, here is provide your contact information giving is a good idea. So he can contact you not only social media, the phone number you give them, WhatsApp number you give them, you give the address to them, email to them. Email address to them, so they can actually reach out to you. Now, it's also important to have a call to action button. Very important. So your profile. So he should feel to call you from there, one click. Now, in some cases, like a restaurant booking or a consultation booking, or a trainer, that a training booking. So make sure that is you have this option people to do that one. Okay. Now you can actually link your bio with your profiles, and you can have all these details. Okay. So all these details, the profile part on setup, we will cover the campaign part. So now the sneak pack, you make sure that you start setting up your profile properly, and then use that profile to do. So all of you, I recommend you to create profiles and do that one. Okay. Now, your content should be a clickable content. The image you sent, but there should be clickable form in the below, maybe a part of it, and people can content and to share and register, and they can take a action to do that one. Now, this content to place in a proper way, part of the image, part of the maybe below the video, whatever you're sharing, people should be able to clickable and give the detail. Now, this is without call to action, it makes sense. So call to actions become very, very important. and should be available for different platforms. You can do that. Okay. Now you can also have a Facebook shop, especially if you're selling your products, or even you want to generate a lead. You can actually prospect the your Facebook shop, or maybe swipe on your Instagram stories. You can have that way, and you can also have a shoppable Instagram post and the stories with Instagram, and you can also pin on a Pinterest. So it depends on the platform. You can do various activities with. Okay, and you can YouTube. You can have an end screen, and with a click or a below there in a title or a description we can have. And of course, the design user-friendly landing page within the platform where they can directly come and do that one. Okay. Now, if you're convincing someone to click on your link, and once you come to the landing page, give them a good landing page. It should not be very boring. They have a habit of leaving them from there. So make sure that is you do a right good landing pages, and they will immediately give you that look and that, as we discussed in the A/B testing part. The look and feel of the website is very landing page also important. Now it should be relevant to them when they see an image, etc. And if they're expecting a product specific information, please give that link to register for it. Okay, and it's not necessary. All the information in the landing page, very minimal information is fine to have that one. Okay, and it should visually appealing is very, very important. And from there, he can get a right path to reach next level. Now, definitely landing page usually involve the form and make it simple and easy, 1 or 2, 3 questions, and do it as one. Okay. Then you can also do social lead ads. There is a various platform you can actually use social ads, including Facebook and Insta. And you can get a lead ads in the separate section. You can do lead ads as a part of the campaign. I think B2B definitely all of you should do the lead ads. And basically it's a promoter kind of a forms to generate the lead more. Okay, and it is it is immediately we can respond. You also install the pixel in Facebook. Also get the Instagram lead ads. You can also use Instagram for lead ads. So it is all the thing actually. Facebook, when you are doing a campaign, they themselves actually design and give you to do this campaign. So Facebook does this for you, Instagram does this for you. So it's a generation of that has become very easy. Okay. Now we can also do the filling the form. It's make it very easy for the person who's come, because based on the data which Instagram and Facebook has, they also fill it and give it to you. So the moment they put it, trust the data they give it to you. That's an amazing thing to generate a lead if you wanted to generate on. Now that we have something called LinkedIn, we can use lead forms. I think that professional or a B2B segment, the LinkedIn become very, very important to collect the decision makers' data. You can use that. Okay. You can also have a sponsored mail and sponsored ad on LinkedIn part. And LinkedIn conversion ratio is quite high compared to other things. As I mentioned, the B2B is always better. So about 10% always you get a LinkedIn conversion part. Now, website is, as I mentioned, 2.45, 2.75 or 2.50, 2.50. It's more than 13%. Okay. So it is a call to action is important on the LinkedIn part to have it. Okay. Now, you can YouTube. You can also have a true view for action ad. You can have, maybe you can have a banner. At this portion, I'm not covering much because this is what we already discussed in the YouTube mastery in detail about the kind of an ad the YouTube show to the people. We can use that one as well. Okay. Now it's a ads you can create a leads, and as your goal you keep it as a goal. Immediately they'll customize and give it to you to promote this one. Same way we have in Pinterest, also Twitter, you can lead generation tools you can use that. So this is a part of the campaign. You can actually specifically say, I wanted this to happen. Now, when you're using this one, finally they have to give you this details, right? So it's very, very important. Offer the right incentives to the people. Now it depends on the lead you got it. Maybe vouchers or coupons or add-ons or something additional offer them to take a next action for it. Okay. Now in social media you have lot of contest you can do. Depends upon your lead and depends upon your product segment. depends upon your market segment, you can actually choose to do this contest and generate more number of leads. Now, discount is one of the best way to get a lead and sales. So not only lead, a convertible lead is the best in the discount code, voucher coupons. Give them a 20% discount, 30% discount, 50% discount. It's a fantastic thing to offer. And many brands and customers already do that. And in the newsletter they do, or almost all the communication they do the discount code. So the people keep buying. That's an important part. Okay. And you can also have a single button saying that they use this coupon. So immediately go to the buy button, they put the credit card and they can convert them. Now, some cases to generate a lead, you can have a gated content. What's exactly gated content? You put to everyone, you will not show the content. You show the little bit of the content, like for example, the 10, for example, you're offering a healthcare website, maybe weight reduce website. You say that it's a heading, you show them. It is actually 10 ways to reduce a weight without diet and exercise. So the ability one. So to gated content is then you put only name and email ID, then show you the content. The best example is the Quora. The Quora 1 or 2 page they show you free. Then you wanted a more third one, they'll ask you gated content. So it's called gated content. So gated content is a fantastic thing to collect the data of the customer. And the person's coming and asking because he's interested in their gate. Otherwise, you'll not put details in the gate. So gated content is a fantastic strategy to use it on. So depending upon your industry, gated content can be a white paper download, or maybe a webinars can also have gated content, or even access to the Facebook group can be, or accompanying incentives, maybe in articles. Everything can be a gated content. So it's a lot of recent study conducted it is. These are fantastic tactics to get the right lead and conversion as well. Now, when you look at it as today, the lead generation, especially you can see through webinars, around 35% of the people who register for a webinar, even they're not attending, the registration itself shows they're interested. Now, that's many other people subscribe to the newsletters, and it's also a good method to collect the data. And plus, it's a one best method of nurturing. So every week he subscribed a newsletter, and you can go and talk to him multiple products through newsletters, and vouchers and coupons you can give. Many call to action you can give. It's not only one call to action. You have a 4-page of newsletter. All the 4 pages you can do that as well. Okay. Now you can also have a leadership articles about something about the industry, about the products, and he repeatedly read and to understand more the information. That's a good thing. White papers, so most of the cases, the people who are really interested in, they actually download and read. So white papers is one of the best thing. Anyway, part of an SEO also we need to use in is white papers. And white papers is also a method to collect the data of the customer. Okay. Now you can also do case studies and reviews. This also get you, a lot of leads, and even emails. Definitely get a good number of leads to. Okay. Now, contest or a discount codes and maybe in a reward, all the things help the people to respond. There is reason for them to respond to us. Okay. Now, one important thing is actually there are standard offers and personalized offer. So it depends upon number of people who you have a lead, or depends upon the products you want to sell it off, or you have you feel your target customers are looking for something like this. You can actually personalize the offer. So through personalization, you can offer additional thing. Okay. So it is when you customize it, they really appreciate that one. And when you do this one, according to the marketer, they're saying around your conversion ratio can be increased to 45%. So it's a good one that you can personalize it. So it is personalization. It's really improve the quality of the leads. You're specifically going and saying, yeah, you are from so and so country and so age group. You are the so and so profession. We have an additional facility for you. So this makes a personalization very, very important part. Okay. And personalization is quite challenging. It's not that easy to do because that is to understand the customer and personalizing an important part. Now, when you personalization, you can do an effort, but it increases the conversion ratio very high, 44 to 60%. You can increase by doing it. So it's a, you can have it as, but when you look at your objective and challenges, it's in a different way. So when you have to study about the path, then go and implement. So this is, as I mentioned, these personalizing, we can actually faster we can do through Facebook and LinkedIn, and you can also reach out the same audience. Now, you may have to run a separate campaign for separate target audience, not an entire campaign for not everyone. You can actually geographically can do, gender wise you can do, device wise you can do, or maybe existing customer you can do a campaign, non-customer you can do another campaign. Based on ethnicity you can do, based on a season you can do, based on a weather you can do. So all the things a personalized campaign we can do it is, and that is important to a person to sign in. Sometimes you have further goals and completely personalized to reaching out their profile. It's also important to do it. Okay. Now, once you start doing this, measuring and refining these analytics, so how many people are taking, how many people are buying, how many people are repeated coming, how many people are actually unsubscribed. It's important part. So you'll be collecting all the details as well. Now you need to set up a Google Analytics, and in the Google Analytics, actually you can set up a goal and track your website, and you can allow them to monitor best source of that and do it. Okay. Now there are many social media tools also will allow you to do this analytics and understand from where people are coming, how often they're coming, which page they're visiting, and which source they came, which link they came, etc. etc. We can actually get that. And there are a lot of tools like a Hotsuite will give you a lot many things, which is sort of free. There's a premium, depends upon how strongly you want to utilize it. You can do utilize these tools. Now, before we go further, I think one of the story which I shared with you earlier, I think the last time when you discussed about the conversion rate or a conversion part, the John story, I hope all of you remember about the washing machine. Now we'll look at the lead, how they generated. After we discussed about how they converted. Now, how the lead generated. The story, as you know, that John went to buy a washing machine by listening a TV commercial, right? A radio commercial, FM advertisement. He heard about it, so he wanted to buy a machine. So he came out with a decision. That's what a decision maker panel we discussed. But how the lead is generated through an FM communication, through a radio communication. So nowadays, and now 2020, his decision came in a different level. So even the decision the person communicated was different. So previously, the TV commercial said, you come and buy the product from us, and we have these best products, right? And other places, actually, he himself looked the problem he had, and he found the solution. So in the lead generation method, one was a review in the Google, one is a radio advertisement. So radio advertisement, you have a cost. There you are not even making an effective communication. Here you are not having a much cost, and people are reaching out to you. So nowadays, when I look at it, it's very easy for us to have this kind of a lead generated one. So that's the reason this decision funnel is important for your branding. Your branding communication is important. Even today, the content market important actually. The previous it's more of the branding. Now content marketing, but the branding is still important. So you need to maintain a kind of a brand plus the content marketing. It's not you're putting on a part. So that's exactly the thing. And remember the point, which is not about to the lead. You are keep yelling at them. You are basically helping them to give them more information, more value, more things to help them to take a decision on it. Okay. So as you know that is nowadays it happens on instantly through your mobile phone. As we discussed this earlier, I'm not covering this now. We discussed twice but this now the perspective of a lead generation. We always taken a decision, but the lead generation happened here through just a review. Okay, with content marketing, right? So that's the reason. Once we have that, we get a people to come back to us, or maybe first time coming to us. Now, when a person coming through his forum or a review or an article or a blog or a social media or a Wikipedia, or maybe YouTube. One of the thing is you need to invite them to the landing page of respective of that, because you have thousands of product, you may not be that comfortable to go anywhere. So that's the reason landing page and funnel is important to how your website. So please cover now. This is on the 61 we discussed in detail. Okay. Now this lead management, one of the important part of the prospecting and lead management is the first part is lead you get it, but how do you increase the more number of leads? To increase the more number of leads, you need to have a more number of people coming, to more number of people listening to you, right? We discussed in the beginning. You grabbing the attention of whom? So a prospective client. So not entire 3 billion people are going to shout and say, you are only talk to the prospective one. So to the prospective one, it's very important to generate a lead. So what exactly prospecting? Prospecting is a clients or maybe customers. They'll create interest. So this is a process when you find the potential customers and client. Over a period of time, they buy the product. In a way, you're developing the business that way. So leads and prospects is a very important step to have these things which go through. Now, potential customers, they already expressed interest. It's that we call it as a lead, right? But now the prospect is you make them interest. That's the reason. That's the reason we need to use a various prospecting tool. Remember all of you, which we discussed over get profiles, which I will give you the leads earlier. So we need to have a social networks integrated with that one. Okay. So you can actually get these prospects like using a get profile, like places you can use and reach out to the people and offer them a clickable content, and people click through business mail, etc., and come to us. Now, this prospect we can take to another level. So put into the same funnel, making a lead and convert them. Okay. So prospecting tools, automatically, should go them give them an actionable content, and based on their informations, we need to do that. And prospecting is actually comparatively less time you have to spend, and we need to start selling more. That's it should be. We should take it. So prospecting is one of the best strategy for generating a lead. Now, what are other lead generation strategies? So first is utilizing email marketing, as we discussed in the last week, and we need to have a real email marketing campaign to get that one, and right information. We need to get the people. Okay, that's what we discussed last week, and important to have an opt-in list. Second one is a blog on a regular basis. Even you're using a social media, other social networking, even a blog to be included in a connected with that, and you also will get a good visibility for your SEO activities. And the blogs usually help the person to trust you to be converted on. So blog, please do not neglect. Multiple blogs is give you a lot many people read and take a decision on this. Now, important is we discuss social media consistently posting. So your lead nurturing part, they'll now forget us. Maybe once in a week or 10 days in a month, you need to decide, or bi-weekly or bi-monthly, you need to decide it is to the people to come to your social media and remind them about your brand and products and service. And so make it a habit to do this on a regular basis. Maybe just share the information or the tips or some vouchers, etc. It's a helpful that one. So now you remember this point. People don't really care about your business. They care about the problem they have. So you are offering solutions. So these communication must be. So a lot of what do you call that? Solutions part. So information problem. You have a problem. We have a solution. You have a problem. So entire communication should be that's the style. Now you need to make this plan properly. Now many people don't make this plan. They just look at the sales happening without even a lead. So plan your work and work your plan. Okay. So you need to have a marketing plan. So whatever you're a B2C or a B2B or affiliate marketing or a drop service or a YouTube, you need to have a marketing plan. So what's your marketing plan? People ask you, what's your marketing plan? So you need to say, my marketing plan is, let's say an example, I'll tell you, So now affiliate marketing. So you say my major plan in search engine is optimization with a long tail keyword. I have a, I targeted, I segmented my strategies between 30,000 to 100,000, less competition, and medium search volume. That's my SEO strategy, where I get organic traffic, and when it comes to, I have a conversion strategies with me. That's just marketing plan one. Marketing plan two, search engine marketing. So one is search engine optimization. My second one is search engine marketing. So I'm going to utilize the Microsoft campaign. I'm going to utilize it with, or maybe Google search engine, Yahoo and Bing campaign, or a Google campaign. So you had to run a campaign based on some demographic and psychographic, or maybe just a remarketing itself in more than enough. Okay. Now, then maybe you utilize a social media influencer. So I'll have various influencers partnered with a different part of the world, and they promote us, and they have built a relationship with discovery to analytics. I'll handle that on the one. Then another one, fourth one is email marketing. So you need to have a email marketing place, and opt-in list. You need to regularly update them, etc. So you can have a newsletters. You can provide that one. Then you can go for retargeting in the Facebook and Instagram. You can have a WhatsApp marketing. You have text message marketing. You can have proximity marketing, newsletter marketing, content marketing, article marketing, blog marketing. All the things should be a part of a plan for affiliate marketing. Then, if it is your e-commerce one, you may say, I have a broad match plan. I'll go for an email campaign, a remarketing campaign. I also have a sponsorship program. I'll have a YouTube advertisement regularly doing, and I do conduct a webinars. So it depends upon you need to make this plan. Now, the most important part, and most of the time we fail, it is execution of the plans. So you need to prepare an execution plans. So now you have a fantastic plan. How do you execute? So there is you to be assign someone, make a team, and do this one, or you yourself is handling a business. Think about it, how you prepare, every day with standard operating procedures, how you do on a daily basis these activities. Now, if you fail to do this one, you are planning to fail. So don't take it, very lightly. It's very important to have this plan. What is the plan? You need to have a plan of marketing plan. Then you need to have an execution of the plan. This is very important to implement and succeed on it. Okay. Now, you can use the testimonials and success stories to attract your customers. Show the testimonials and how you make a loyal customers to work for you. To promote for you and advocate for you. So the good customers actually do that, right? Okay. Now, success stories has an incredible effect. People like it, people trust it, and the moment people share in the social media, people value that. It's also very important for you to have on a general basis that. Now, as we discussed, this should be a very personalized way promoting it is. Now, people really like the real conversation, not one-way communications, and you go and discuss and interact, and based on it, customize it, and based on occasion, based on situation, talk to them, and this is a very important step of a lead nurturing part. Now, you must have a call to action. So all the things happening anytime he might take a decision. So make sure that you have a good landing page to call to action part. Now, normally, what's the action to be taken? We should give him an idea. So now you added a shopping cart, you just pay it, right? So all the things is an important aspect. Okay. So call to action is a very, very important step to take a decision part. Now, the offers, now you have fantastic offers, but if you're not communicating with a good design and good look and feel, it should be visually appealing. It's not only economically beneficial for him, it's also visually appealing for him. It's a very important part. Okay, so it is an exclusive offer, limited offer, or maybe talking about only the limited edition, only few people is there on the first one, or the data's end, or this stock is only left with the 5 people. So all these kinds of things, to appealing thing, we need to have a good offer on it. Now, from this, if it is especially a B2B segment, you also need to involve in their networking activities. And in the networking activity, you need to understand, okay, this I can get done at the next level. And off the platform also, you can interact and convert them. Okay. Now, how do you do this networking? Of course, online is a LinkedIn, is a one fantastic place you can do. And you can also do face-to-face meetings. Sometimes offline meeting is required, you can do, or a virtual meeting you can do. And events and conference and exhibitions are another source of doing it. So this is also important, especially at doing a B2B. B2C may not be important, but B2C sometimes it's also help us. We say you have a lot of leads from your particular city, and for you wanted to be part of the exhibition, virtual or offline, you can say we are here. Why don't you come down to our outlet? So that can be one of the things we can do. Okay. So keep going. It's important to grow on a regular basis to next level on it. Okay. And the business is it's something like this. Over a period of time, you have more number of people on pipeline. So maybe in the first month, you don't even have a customer. So when you start at 10,000, this I'm looking for everyone to start with a 10,000 leads, 10,000 prospective client list. You have a 10,000 people to listen to your communication. So from there, you start 3% conversion, 5% conversion. So if you don't reach 10,000, 3% is very less. If you have a 10,000, your 3% is 300. You have 1,000, 10, 100, 3. So it is important to have a 10,000 leads. So how do you get these leads? All these methods we need to utilize. Social media, all the methods, whether social media, Facebook or Insta or a LinkedIn or a WhatsApp or a WeChat or a blog or a Pinterest or a Zing, all the things we need to utilize, number one. Number two, email marketing. Number three, remarketing. You see, all the things put together, we need to have around 10,000 potential customers buying our products. These 10,000 potential people listen from us. From there, they show the interest. So this will eventually convert. So what happens is initially 10,000 you feel is a huge, but over a period of time, this 10,000 become 100,000, 1 million. Remember, the percentage is the same. So you have a 10,000, only 300, 100,000, you have 3,000, 1 million, you have 30,000 sales a day or a month. Think about it that way. So eventually we have to create. So it's our job is to communicate to more number of people to get a more number of lead. More number of people you communicate to get more number of lead. So this is a very simple. So you need to effective communication to do whatever the way you can go and do. And that communication eventually get you more number of and leads, and more number of leads, and your conversions happens. So very important part. So all the things is this portion which is on a prospecting and leads in the day 62 in the notes, if you can actually collect that one. So with this actually we end. So get started your lead generation. So we discussed about the email marketing and social media marketing, lead generation. This is a base all of you start creating and set a goal to have a 10,000 email marketing list, opt-in list, and 10,000 leads. So it is some or the other way we need to keep collecting it is. And these numbers you should be mind 10,000, 10,000, and 3% conversion. It's a good numbers. So our job is to get a lead, not the customers. You may not get a customer directly, and you try customers. You get disappointed. You think, I want to know who's interested in. So that's an easy method to start off. Okay. So with this, we end today, and tomorrow we have a great topic, which is, I think most of you are waiting to me to publish about the high-paying niches. So tomorrow we'll be discussing mostly about the, I call that. The kinds of a list of the niche, which is high potential niche, about wherever we have a what do you call that? Market is potential is there. So tomorrow I'll be talking about around 700 niche total, explaining about the high potential niche and the products and the market which is available. Those who wanted to avail the online shopping store. Okay. So it is it's very important for us to take a decision part also on it. So please do join tomorrow. And also you want to have invite someone to take a decision part or your spouse or a partner when you decide to buy an online shopping mall. Invite them. They also see the various niche to take a decision on that. Okay. So as you know, that is, we are not published all the niche in the website in OISM. We only put it a niche category. So tomorrow I'll show you the niche, exact niches as well. Instead of you going and requesting and coming back, you to get that. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you. And a few minutes from now, maybe another 5 to 10 minutes as usual, I'll join you in the social media, mastermind group. So thank you so much, all of you.